Yes, hello. It's your man, the Triple B. Triple B Base Boxing Basement. Now, first of all, I gotta say hi to my homeboy Anonymous. Anonymous, who gave me £100 via Cash App. Man, that is so generous. So kind, man. £100 blood clot. I've had so many generous donors. I don't want to start naming them because I'll forget a couple and then they'll be upset, but one day I will. But so the main bit of news or non-news in boxing, and we know boxing is a soap opera now. Like everything else in the world, it's a soap opera, like politics, right? Like any sport, actors, all this kind of stuff. It's a soap opera. They're pushing something. So this Bomac, Brian McIntyre, aka Bomac, aka Big Mac, has been caught with a firearm, right? Taking it out of the country, and he's been remanded in custody until October, I think it's the 9th. October the 9th. Now this is weird, man. This is weird because, well, first of all, you think, surely he can't be that stupid. Why is he a shooter in Manchester? Well, he might do. They used to call it Gunchester. And then, but, really to take it in from America, everyone knows the UK gun laws are extremely strict. Surely he does. Man. And he'll be kept in remand because he's a flight risk, I guess, until the court case, which could be some time. If he contests it, it could be a year or something like that, right? But the law is complex. People don't understand. The law is very complex on gun ownership. Most people go, "Oh, it's 5 years minimum for possession, and up to 10 years." That's not necessarily true, man. If you look at the law, I've had some legal training, not in the firearms laws, but it's a lot more complex than people think. If you have a certain weapon, i.e. one that is not sawn off, and not a reactivated, say, blank firing gun, right? It's not as serious. Apparently having a sawn off is really serious. Okay? And if you didn't cause any distress or harm or fear to people, you can actually get discharged, which is kind of nuts. You think, oh, well, you're trying to take it through, an airport. Surely this is serious. Well, from quickly looking at the law, it's not as bad as you'd think. He's only been charged with possession. Okay? And it's a weird thing. Now, if you look at the fight, things get weirder. Things get very much weirder. Firstly, I don't know if it was a setup, right? I remember the day of the fight, I was like, Eubac's going to win. I went for Smith win on points, but then I was like, that in my guts, in my bones, I was like, Eubac's going to win, right? And there's something strange about the Smith family, right? They get loads of big fights. Two of them, Callum and Liam, fought Canelo, for crying out loud, and that's a lot of money. Paul Smith had 3 world title shots, and he also boxed Andre Ward. Why it's like this family are given so many chances, man. And then we look deeper. Right. If anybody knows the importance of the number 33, right? It's a very important number in a secret society, and there are 33s everywhere. Okay? Chris Eubank, it was his 33rd win over Liam Smith. He's 33 years old. Liam Smith's record after the fight was also 33 wins. Liam Smith landed 33 punches, which is pathetic, over the whole fight. And Eubank landed 33.3% of his own punches. I'm not going to go too tin foil hat conspiracy on this, but it's funny how often that number has appeared in this fight. And it makes you think something's up. Usually when the number 33 is used a lot, it means there is some kind of involvement, some kind of manipulation by the secret society. Yeah. And if you listen to Liam Smith's trainer, he knew Liam would lose. He said, yeah, I knew he'd lose from round 2. He said he lost 42 pounds. I'm surprised it isn't 33 pounds, man. You know, it's all... and then Bomac, Eubank's trainer, right, gets found with a gun, allegedly, in his possession, in his luggage. Now, some people just go, well, wait, was this set up to push anti-gun laws in the UK and the US? Because it will be, you know, decent news. It's, you know, he's not the biggest celebrity, but it's still in the news. Was it set up to push these gun laws? Like, we should... How dare he? How dare he bring the gun in? Yeah. And some people say, oh, he might be able to get off mitigating because ignorance of the law. He didn't know the law. Maybe in America it's okay, and ignorance of the law is no defense in UK law, right? Yo, I didn't do nothing, man. I didn't know how they guns be's illegal and shit. Them guns be's for protecting my food, my snacks, my Cheetos collection and shit, right? Now, if you look at the bigger picture, right, and this is where it gets important, they never teach you the law in schools in the UK or anywhere. They never teach you the law. Now, you think, right, it's very important for people to know the law that's happening in the UK, but they're never taught it. Why are they not taught it in school? Yeah. Why are kids, adults, whatever, teenagers never taught the law, even though ignorance of the law is no defense? Now you think about that. That means I don't know the law, right? But I still have to uphold it. Well, how's that possible, man? If they don't teach you it, right? Now we know there ain't no rhetorical questions with the Triple B on the Triple B channel, and the reason is because the powers that be don't want the normal man to be adept at the law, right? They don't want you to know the law because they want to intimidate you, scare you with the process of the law, right? Scare you about prison. You know, imagine trying to hold down a populace of 60 million trained lawyers. All right. The legal system is bent, and it's designed to persecute the ordinary man, keep him in fear of jail, as I said, right? And then you get these poor guys getting nicked, and they don't know how to deal with the law. Why? Because they don't know it. And then the police do stuff that's corrupt, and they won't even know, and they won't know how to challenge it. And as for the low level, you know, lawyers, what do they call it? To represent you at the police station. They're part of the system, man. They don't care about you. They're not trying to find you innocent. They'll just push you through the system, man. Rich people, really rich people in the land can get away with everything. Why? Because they're powerful and they can hire rich lawyers. They can hire rich lawyers, okay, and which will get them off all kinds of charges, and especially tax and things like that. You know, tax and moving funds to different places. And the gun ownership laws in the United States certainly exist not to protect. It's not about protecting your property. It's to protect you against corrupt government. Right? But this is why they're trying to bring this down in the US. And you can see the story there, man. Many countries with high gun ownership don't have nearly as much gun crime as the USA. Places like Switzerland, man. Now, obviously, some people say, oh, it's because of poverty that the US has high gun crime and Switzerland doesn't. Okay, that is an aspect. But you look at racial gun stats in the US, and if you take away two communities from the stats, there'd be a lower gun murder rates in the USA than, I don't know, Germany, Finland, other places like this, which is very odd. And you got to think, you actually believe that the gun laws are in place to protect the populace, that they care about the populace, right? There's loads of tales, right, in the United States of caches of guns. You know, huge piles of guns being dropped mysteriously in poor urban areas, right? And then there's a pushing of gangster rap started with NWA, which I like, by the way, but I realized it was another tool, and to encourage boastfulness, gun crime, thieving, and also on the opposite side to increase calls for stricter gun legislation, man. If you disarm a populace, they won't fight back. They can't fight back. I mean, they can't. And most dictators in history have employed this tactic. So, what I'm trying to say is, there's something very weird about this whole Bomac situation, right? And I believe he's been used as a, he's been used as bait to get more calls for stricter gun laws and stuff like that, because he'll get off. He'll get discharged, man. Trust me. Watch. Right? And they'll say, oh, he had a gun, he shouldn't be discharged, he should be doing 5-10 years. The only reason you need gun laws is to stop ownership from the populace, so they cannot fight back. So they can't fight back. So there you go, man. So in my opinion, with the 33s, right, with the 33s everywhere, and this bizarre situation, it's just another initiative, right, to come down on gun ownership. And that's what we're talking about, man. You gotta see the big picture. You gotta look beyond the cosmetic level to see reality. Peace in the Middle East.